Hello everyone, it's John. It's waffle time, which means I've got Pippin, who's looking very bemused because I tricked him. I tricked him into coming here. Didn't I trick you? Did I trick you? He was nonplussed. He was having a very good sleep, and I called him. I said, "Pippin, what are you doing, mate?" And he just popped up, looked up, said, "Yes, Dad." Yes, I know, Dad's going to bore people to death, isn't he? Do you think that's all I do? Yes. I had a game night last night with the ladies. We played Dwellings of Eldervale, which was a bit of a marathon. We turned up at 6:30. Are you right? Or do you want to hop down? No, he says, "I'm here now. I want to sit on Dad's lap." So he's going to sit down. So sorry. Okay. So I turned up at 6:30 to play, and 4.5 hours later, we finally finished. Yes, it was a long game. Somebody was very happy when I got home. Yes, somebody doesn't like it when I'm not home. Yes, he gets rather grumpy. Yeah, oh yes, I know you get very grumpy when I'm not home. But yes, we played Dwellings of Eldervale. So Dana and I had played the game before, and but the other two, Nick and Reese, had not. So it was a bit of a learning curve for them. But no, I'm really impressed with Dwellings, and I must admit I would really like to get hold of that game, but it's not going to be a cheap. It's not going to be a cheap game. It's probably about the same box size as Gloomhaven. It's big. It's big. It really is. But it's really a beautiful. It really is a beautiful game. I will try to include in this. Pardon me. In this. Again, pardon me. In this vlog, some pictures of the game, so that you can see what some of the game in progress. So yes, but also within last week, Dana and I met up and we played a game of Unmatched, and I got to play the Cobble and Fog expansion. And look, honestly, if you have not played Unmatched, you don't know what you're missing out on. It is a brilliant game, and I just can't get enough of the expansions. I played Dracula. I played Dracula versus the Invisible Man, or in this case, perhaps woman. And I tell you what, I thought I was going to get hammered. I really did. The Invisible Man, I think, has a lot more defense capability, but then I was looking at Dracula and thinking, where the hell is Dracula's offense capacity? Because I was finding a lot of cards that were, getting back health, and I had two really good cards. I think it was Beast Form, where you had a combat value of 6, and then you could increase that value by 1 for every other card that you could surrender. But the problem is that once you know, for instance, Dana, when she found out that I had that card and then knew that I had another one in my hand, was prepared for the next time that I used it, because when I then used it, she nullified the effect, which meant that the attack suddenly became 0. And it was interesting, because in the end we came down to, I think I had 2 life left. I think the Invisible Man had 2 life left, and I don't know how Dana did not win with the Invisible Man. I literally should have lost that game, but somehow I didn't. I won, which was most unusual. So, look, it's a really, really good game. And it's nice when they're close games, because sometimes with Unmatched, if you get a runaway lead, it's very hard, sadly, to come back and snatch a victory in Unmatched. That's about the only, I guess, complaint I have with the game. It's very difficult to come back in those circumstances, but nevertheless, it is still a good game, and it's a quick game to pick up and run with. So I highly recommend Cobble and Fog. So what was the other thing? Oh, that was the other thing that tickled Dana's fancy last night. She couldn't stop laughing about was I was referring to myself as an animated corpse. So she thought that was rather funny. So, but you know, that's what I am, and I guess one of the reasons I use that is the fact that, and I suppose levity aside, is that I am a survivor of 4 suicides. So yeah, I am literally a dead man walking. So there you go. Yeah, that's who I am. Mad as a hatter, and I have it's me. So yeah. All right. So moving on. Yes, the animated corpse, or the ancient one. So what else is coming? Oh yes, a Mother's Day coming up. So I spent yesterday running around buying flowers for my wife, because my children don't have the time to come see their mother, which is sad. So I've told them they've got to ring their mother on Mother's Day. Hopefully they will. But of course it will probably be me having to chase them to get them to do it. And you know, it's sad. I don't know how many mothers will spend a lonely Mother's Day. This is here in Australia, of course. I don't know whether or not it's indicative across other parts of the world, but here in Australia, Mother's Day is today. Will be tomorrow, which is Sunday. Obviously, when this gets put up, which is on a Monday, it'll be yesterday. I'm filming this on a Saturday. So you know, for those mothers who don't have, you know, who have sadly a lonely Mother's Day, I wish you a happy Mother's Day on behalf of me. For instance, I surprised my GP yesterday when I spoke to her. I've known her for well over 35 years, and her mother is quite old. And I said to her, "Oh look, pass on our regards and wish your mother a happy Mother's Day." So you know, these things, it doesn't take much to, you know, let other people know that everybody's got a mother, whether they're here or not. It's nice to let people, particularly mothers, know. Yeah. But anyway, all right. What else can I ramble on about? I got the gift of the gab, haven't I? It was like, something came up we were talking about, and somebody said, "Oh, that was TMI." And I think Dana said, "What is that? What's TMI?" Too much information. And I said, "Oh, I can always I can always supply too much information. You know, that's me. Too much information. I can always supply too much information." Audiobooks. Because I have e-Kindle and I have Audible. So because there's the whisper sync between both the systems, is that I get the a discount, obviously, with the Audible, which is what I'm always looking for, is cheapness. Good old cheap John. Well, as a pensioner, I'm always looking for the better value. And so I'm going to put up some recommendations for what I've picked up. I picked up a book called The 11th Hour, and I'll put up hopefully a picture of the books within the video prior to this. The 11th Hour by Mark Haydon. This is the third book in the King's Watch series, and it's a Conrad Clark novel, and I love how he refers to within the book, he calls himself, Uncle Conrad, which is delightful. Yes, and it's read by Kieran Sawwood. I'm not quite sure how he pronounces his surname. I think he's a Welshman. So I've probably butchered the pronunciation, but he's so far done the narration for all three that I've got. Now, all the books for the King's Watch novels have been written, and there's 13 of them. So if you don't want to wait for the narration, you can grab all the books and read them. I've thoroughly enjoyed them so far. I've seen some reviews where people have sort of not been impressed with some of them, but I've yet to be disappointed with reading them, and certainly the narration has been brilliant, and certainly I think that might have been the narration has, I think, over what is it? I'm trying to think of the word. I think the narration has rectified, I think, some of the criticism with regards to the book. And I find that with a lot of the cases, a reading helps where some people have lost sometimes the written, but sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, but I highly recommend the King's Watch novels. If you haven't read them, go grab them. And they're by Mark Haydon. But as I said, they'll all be at the beginning. The next one that I have got is The Book of Havoc by Melissa McShane, and this is the Last Oracle series, and it's book 6, and it's read by Stephanie Spicer. An excellent series, and the only complaint this time is that I'm not sure where this was recorded because the audio quality is a bit hollow. So this may be due to the COVID restrictions. The studio may be, I don't know where this was recorded, but it's sounds to me like there hasn't been those, the dampeners and that perhaps in the room or whatever when it was recorded. But you can certainly tell there's a big difference with the audio quality with this production compared to the other 5 books that I've got that are on audio for this series. But that does not detract from the actual book itself. So, but yes, it follows on, and the series is exceptional, and I really do like it. Obviously the main character is a female lead, and I really do like the books. They're really good. So I would recommend that you go look for the Last Oracle series by Melissa McShane, and do yourself a favour there. Now the next one that I picked up, and again all 6 of these, I'm not sure, there may be a 7th one on its way, but I've got 6 of them so far, and these are the Arcane Casebook series by Dan Willis, and this one is called Ghost of a Chance, and it's a sort of dystopian, well, not dystopian, it's a magic, clockwork, arcane 1930s America. So it's quite good. I quite like it. The sort of Ignatius Bell Watson, I guess, is still alive. The creator of Sherlock Holmes. So, and he's taken under his belt the Alex Lockerbie is the main character, and that. So this is read by a chap called Alex Knox, and yeah, it's quite good. His narration skills are good, and yeah, so he's only 2 of them so far have been narrated. There are 6 novels already in print, but you can get them, read them. I quite like them. So yeah. Then I've gone, and I really do like aspects of the 40k Games Workshop's 40k universe, and I could not help myself. There's a couple of others that I will get, but you know, it's expensive. I'd like to do the ebook and the audio, but it still works out at well over, sometimes nearly $30 to get both the book and the audio. In which case I go, well, I might just have to settle for the audio, which is what I've done for it. This case, I've just settled for the audio. So I've gotten Alfarius, Head of the Hydra, which is one of the Horus Heresy Primarch series, which is book 14. And it's a book by Mike Brooks, and it's read by, thankfully, one of the store-bought narrators, which is Jonathan Keeble. And he is one of the better narrators. He's not one of the new one, thank God. I'm not really impressed with a lot of the new narrators that Games Workshop have added to their, or the Black Library have added to their staple of new narrators. Some maybe I've got to get used to them, but some of them have sadly been, I guess we've been spoiled. You know, some of them have been with us for so long that you're so used to them. And Jonathan Keeble is one of them. And that's, so I have not started to listen to Alfarius yet, but I really do like the Alpha Legion, because in my universe the Alpha Legion are still loyal, even though they're portrayed as traitors. Then the other one I've got is Luther, First of the Fallen, and that's by Gab Thorpe, and that is read by Andrew James Spooner, and I think he's certainly one of the new ones, and I've not listened. I didn't even listen to the sample, to be quite honest, so I have no idea what that's going to be, because I just like the concept of Luther, and I really want to know what sort of happened at the beginning. So I will see what happens, because it's always been my intention to have the Fallen as my Dark Angels, because I really despise. If there's 2 chapters I really do not like in the 40k universe, and that's Dark Angels and Space Wolves. I despise both those legions or chapters. Hate both of them. Dreadful. So that's them. And the last one that I have got, which finally came out as audio, was Black Tide, which I mentioned in a previous, sometime back, waffle, was Black Tide by Anthony M. Strong. And that's part of the John Decker supernatural thriller. And it's book 6. And that's read by Jet Malachi. So it's good. Same narrator across all of the books so far. And I think book 7 is out soon, but only a book, no narration yet, which is a pity. I'm going to have to read the book, because I really, really do like, I'm loving these sort of supernatural thriller detective series. They really do. They really do impress me. I don't know. I'm a sucker. I guess it's the fact that I like the Call of Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft, and that sort of has always impressed me. So they're the books and the audios that have really caught my attention. So if you like those sort of things, maybe I'm just talking to nobody and everybody's turned off and gone, oh God, yes, okay, fine, John. Talk to the egg. Talk to the egg. I will end by thanking everybody who's been interacting with me of late. Look, my subscribers have been slowly and steadily increasing of late. I don't go out of my way to openly advertise myself, or dare I say prostitute myself on site, saying, please, look, come follow my channel. I don't believe that that's the way to go forward, because once again, I guess I really don't offer a lot that would perhaps interest the vast masses. I'm, I guess, a fairly niche sort of person that most people would probably like. I'd probably upset probably too many people. Who knows? Who knows? But look, for those who have started to follow me or have been following me for some time, look, thank you very much. I have been very impressed with a number of with a number of subscribers. The feedback that I've been getting, look, thank you very much. I am trying to provide some vlogs to give what information that I can. I'm hopefully getting up some information about, my small collection about the city-state of the Invincible Overlord. That might be up next week. I've certainly taped it anyway, so there's that. So once again, if you respond to anything that I've got in any of the comments, I'll try to include that if I've got anything. And of course, anything that you put down, look, thank you very much. I can't remember who it was. Somebody made a comment about the Star Trek Combat Simulator. Yes, well, I went and had a look at Scribed. A friend of mine's got Scribed, so I jumped onto his account and had a look. And yes, I went and had a look and found all that information. Thank you very much. That was most helpful. So I went and had a look at that. To Elven Song, thank you very much for the D&D cover. I showed my wife and I showed some friends, and look, I loved the little picture of the dog that looks like Pippin in the top left-hand corner. I thought that was lovely. Oh, hello! He's suddenly heard his name, and now he's going to knock the table. I thought it was absolutely delightful. Thank you very much. If I had colour ink. That was it. I went looking. I thought I'll go, because I tried printing something in colour, and I've obviously run out of one particular colour in the ink cartridge, and I went, I'll have to go buy some ink. 63 Australian dollars for a replacement ink cartridge, and it's just a little standard ink cartridge. 63 Australian dollars for an ink cartridge. So I think what I'll do is I'll transfer the thing and go spend $1, send $1 to get it printed at, I think, Officeworks or something. But then I haven't been to Officeworks for ages, so who knows what they're charging to print at these printing places. You see, this is the curse of Australia, is the fact that we live at the arse end of the world, and trying to do anything now, and of course with all the silly to and fro with our wonderful neighbours to the far north, things just get more and more hectic, and trying to get goods. It's the problem when you rely on one nation for all your materials, all your goods, and you stop becoming a manufacturing base for anything. It's yes, it's ridiculous. Countries should never stop producing their own products. But anyway, all right. Well, look, to everybody who has subscribers, look, thank you very, very much. And I think that's about all that I can waffle on about. So till next time, I shall say thank you all very much, and I forgot my catch cry. Till next time, signing off, the Honourable John.